Hello everybody, welcome back once more to Lucid9. I'm the OutbackAl.
I'm hot for justice.
I'm Yin&Jung.
And I'm cheaping you.
And it's been a while, but we're back.
Here we are.
And, okay, if I'm remembering correctly, unless you're watching this on the playlist, in which case, you know where we're at, but I believe Shiguri just walked away after firing us.
Yeah.
Because this case is getting too intense, and it's too much for our little mind to handle. I have a feeling we're going to go rogue, go full vigilante with Wanda and just crack this case on our own. Rorschach style. Are you ready for that? For a moment, I stand frozen in the streets. We've been frozen for a couple of months, actually, watching her figure melt into the space. There's been currently 87 more victims since we've last been here.
Oh shit, I just saw your text now.
Oh, you're good.
Sorry.
Didn't I want a quiet senior year? A year of breezing by with my friends, no fuss, no muss. I had always wanted a quiet life. Probably something that involved managing the family restaurant, which I had neither passion nor patience for, but seemed like the least painful option in the lot of life. Really, I can't blame Shiguri, can I? Can't I? No, some part of me still feels like I deserve a better explanation, maybe even a reward. After all, excuse me. Didn't I get her something vital from Natsuki Tanaka? Ah, no, that's right. I'm withholding information from her, information that I gathered from a confidential informant. Perhaps she doesn't trust me, but neither have I been trusting her. If anything, this encounter only solidified my decision. I don't know what will happen. I can't predict the actions of the people who are close to me. All that's left is to look around and keep digging. Try to pull things together myself, even if I'm just a random student at a random stuck-up school. Which means I need to start with anything weird that's happened over the past few days. Weird? Such as emails from unknown senders sporadically popping up. Pretty convenient timing when I think about it. Maybe I should just send something random, see how they respond. Do-do-do-do. Yame Ishimoto. Hello, Ishimoto. First I thought there was nothing stupider than doing something that made no sense regardless of whether I enjoyed it or not. Today changed my mind about that. There are things worth doing, even if at the first glance they make no sense. There are things that can be appreciated, even if they serve no There are things that deserve to be given a chance, even at their worst. But I didn't realize this until too late. Now to head back home and get some rest. Guess it's been a long day. I dream of pools of sludge and laughing bones and shards of glass splitting across the edge of my skin. It was a pleasant dream.
Jeez.
I wake up in a cold sweat with my heart thumping against my ribs. For a moment, I can only lie there breathlessly, struggling to recollect my thoughts. It's over. You'll never have to do stupid, dangerous things again. You no longer have anything to do with those crimes. Unless, of course, it's by my own volition. I throw on my uniform and headed to the kitchen, selecting some simple fruit for breakfast as I scroll through my phone. We have infinite battery.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that's not battery. That's our bars. We have infinite bars. That's even better. Looks like I have another email from the mysterious Crimson Crusade. Why do I feel like that's definitely the serial killer? I see. Life as a troll sounds quite difficult. I too would be upset if I was forbidden from forecasting the weather. How do you feel about this development? Plain honest words are a soothing balm in the midst of all the deception I've undergone. I compose a valid response. I don't know. This was the first time I actually felt like I was good at something useful. Now that it's gone, I have nothing. If I had another chance, I'd take it eagerly, but I doubt I'll get one. So are these guys from Lemniscate?
I don't know.
Or does Lemnipost is that just like Gmail? Like anyone could have that?
Probably just like Gmail.
I send the message as I finish up breakfast, waiting for a response. This time, though, I'm only greeted with silence. Maybe I was too philosophical. Maybe I was too serious. Maybe they won't respond again. Not that it's my problem. Maybe it's us.
Maybe.
Maybe we have a secret email and a secret life and a Tyler Durden alter ego, and we do lose a lot of time from these blackouts.
I would not be surprised.
Yeah.
When it's clear that the reply won't come anytime soon, I grab my backpack and head to school. Despite the beautiful weather, the atmosphere is stifling. The entrance, usually occupied by students before class, is desolate. Curious, I head to the courtyard. It's almost just as empty. Only a handful of students are scattered around the corners, whispering frantically beneath their breath, and they all happen to be our friends, I bet. Aha! I notice a solemn Yahiko on a nearby bench, speaking with an equally solemn boy. It's such an unusual sight that I creep closer, trying to get a hint of their conversation.
Would take it so hard. How's he been?
Hanging in there, I guess. He said that he wasn't coming today.
Why not?
Didn't say. He's been spending a lot of time in his dorm, though.
He won't respond to me.
And he just talked with who?
Wanda.
Wanda!
Wanda? Why would that matter? Come to think of it, Wanda has always been surrounded by rumors, even before people accused her of being the source for disappearances. If I remember correctly, it wasn't that she caused the disappearances herself. Rather, she supposedly emitted this aura of bad luck that indirectly led to their misfortunes.
Pointing fingers is usually unnecessary, but this is getting weird. She talks to Midori, and Midori freaks out, then disappears. Then it's Toma, who freaks out and also disappears. Even Akane.
And Shoji too?
Yesterday she came up to him at lunch. He won't tell me what they talked about. But he's also acting differently.
For now, just keep trying to talk with him. Whatever you do, don't leave him alone.
Right. See you after class.
Yeah, you hang in there too, okay?
As always.
Boy strides away, Yahiko slumps on the bench, dropping his hands over his eyes. It's so out of character that I have to pinch myself to make sure I'm not dreaming. When I decide that I'm fully awake and that serious Yahiko is actually a thing, I approach the bench. Hey. Yahiko immediately bolts upright, all signs of tension melting from his face as he dons his characteristic smile.
Why, hello, my good minion. What brings you to this place?
That's suspicious. Still, I prefer that he not know I was just eavesdropping on him. I play along. Do you know why the school's so quiet?
Do I know why the sky is blue?
Do you?
No.
Do I?
He seems back to normal. If this is what his normal state really is.
Oh, right. I remember. Apparently, the police dug up some body in the woods or something. It caused a
Oh.
big uproar.
Yay.
Why?
Question mark?
Well, it was one of the disappearing students. You remember her? Akane Tsukino?
That name definitely sounds familiar, and it's not just from the investigation.
Her boyfriend's a wreck, the poor sap.
Her boyfriend. Boyfriend. I've heard that word. Akane. A disappearance. A boyfriend who was worried sick. She must be the girlfriend of the guy who I fought with the other day. Right, they were blaming Wanda for her disappearance, and I stepped in, and right in her boyfriend's face, I told him he'd get over Akane in a week or two. Her body was found.
Well, what was left of it.
That you should not say that with a smile. What was left of it? Hold on, something's beginning to make sense. That police officer, Officer Katsu, was it? Said that I was on a crime scene in that case. When was her body found? Don't tell me.
Yesterday or so the rumors go.
Yesterday morning?
Yeah, how'd you know?
An immense wave of guilt washes over me. Akane Tsukino, dead. I vaguely remember the harsh words I'd spewed at her boyfriend. Suchi? Was it? No, Shoji. How could he be feeling now? You'll get over her in a week or two. I'd say that. I said that. I'd said that when I thought he was clingy and irrational and blaming Wanda. But now she's dead, brutally murdered in the depths of the Isamu forest without a single soul to mourn her passing. On the bright side, if there is one, I now understand far more than I used to. Why Officer Katsu was at the forest, why he claimed it was a crime scene, why Shigure asked me to go look. Because a body had been found. An actual body.
Hey, you okay, dude?
Ah, funny, you're usually the one who spaces out. Looks like Yahiko noticed my silence. I can only continue my line of inquiry. At the very least, maybe I can somehow help the investigation, even without Shigure. Shoji's the name of her boyfriend, right?
Yeah, how'd you...
Do you know him?
Yeah.
How? At the most inconvenient moment, the warning bell tolls. Yahiko immediately grins.
Whoops, guess that's the bell.
Since when do you care?
I mustn't have my perfect reputation tainted with rumors of tardiness.
Oh, God.
Trust me, it's already tainted with plenty of rumors of tardiness. He strides to our classroom, beckoning for me to follow. Even stranger. I apprehensively walk alongside him, wondering just how much I actually know about Yahiko Ikari. He's got that last name from that one show where it's like a bunch of assholes in that family. I used to believe that I knew everything about Yahiko. He seemed simple at a first glance, as readable as my books from 3rd grade. I feel like we're slowly turning into like a Shigure detective.
Yeah.
I still remember how he looked, somehow pulling 3 bulky suitcases through the door with his skinny arms. He was smiling then too. In fact, I rarely saw him without his smile.
Hello, Rumi.
I had already unpacked and was currently lying on my bed, reading some novel or another on my phone to pass the time. I didn't even look up to issue my greeting. Yo.
The name is Yahiko Ikari. From today on onward, I'm your new overlord.
This caught my attention. I hastily glanced up. The first thing I noticed was his hair. It was bright yellow, for one thing. That made it pretty noticeable. It was also cut around his face in swaying layers, like he was some kind of idol. The next thing I noticed were his shoes. Most of the kids at the academy had nice shoes, of course, but his were on a different scale of nice. They were loafers, brown, like usual, bless you. But they were also, bless you again. But they were also, bless you again.
Thank you. I'm good.
But they were also etched with unusual designs that glowed with the sheen of some expensive material. Later, I found out that they were custom made from Italy. He does broguing on his shoes. That's just too opulent. Not that I needed to know that to make my judgment, I returned to my book. Bored. Womanizer, rich kid, arrogant, neat freak. At the very least, his type wouldn't be a terrible roommate, as long as I didn't have to talk to him. When I think about it now, it really shouldn't come as a surprise that his parents are higher-ups at Lemniscate. His grades are nowhere good enough to get a scholarship, and yet he waltzes into this expensive, prestigious school wearing Italian loafers and probably scarves from Sweden. Not to mention that, as ignorant as he might be in anything of value, he's always up to date on the latest pop culture and technological releases.
Hey, pay attention to me. What does that mean? So, you're paying attention?
I expected him to explode in a fit of angry entitlement. Do you know who I am? Do you know who my father is? Do you know what I could do to you? But he did something completely unexpected. He dropped his luggage and immediately raced to my side, his eyes shining.
Are you speaking another language? I've always wanted a multilingual minion. This is perfect.
I amended my first impression from arrogant to crazy. Regardless, this was a pretty good opportunity to have some fun.
Uh-huh. Can you, write that all down? You can't write? Does that mean yes or no? So, wait, what?
The bewilderment on his face was so genuine that I couldn't help but laugh. Of all the people I'd met, this guy had to be the most gullible. My name's Yama.
Oh, I understood that.
Really?
Yes, well, it's only to be expected. Someone as amazing as me can pick up languages in a snap.
I see. Can you understand this?
Yeah.
What about this?
Yeah.
And this?
I understand it. I understand it all.
Wow, that's amazing. You know all 20 dialects of my language. He beamed with pride.
Of course I do. I'm an Ikari.
I see.
So, what planet are you from?
What planet are you from? Planet. Well, that was a sudden jump. Jupiter.
Really? I didn't know people lived on Jupiter.
They don't anymore. Not people. Jarzites. I paused for dramatic effect before reeling off anything that came to mind in that moment.
Wow.
We are invincible from physical impact. We are humanoid, but our blood is blue. We abhor earth and insects, but have a strong affinity towards animals.
Wait, let me take notes on this. I need to know how to best utilize a Jarzite minion.
He eagerly dug through his luggage, tossing clothes, cosmetics, and lemniscate tech here and there in the midst of his frantic search. I shook my head in disbelief. Did he actually believe that I was from another planet?
Yes.
Okay, I'm ready. Hit me with it.
Write down the following phrase.
Yeah?
This is a joke.
This is... funny. In our world, that means you're just messing around.
Was he serious? That's what this is, a joke. I'm from Earth.
No, silly, you're a Jarzite.
I was joking. I'm not a Jarzite. I'm an actual human.
What?
Yes, he was serious. He was actually serious.
Why did you tell me you were a Jarzite?
This guy would pretty much believe anything, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Tired of providing explanations, I simply returned to my book, but Yahiko almost hit it out of my hands.
What about your name? Was that a lie too?
What?
Your name, Yama.
Well, if you really want to check, our names are on the door. His face immediately turned blank. I sighed. You didn't see it when you came in. There are 2 nameplates, Yahiko and Yama.
Well, my good minion, never fear. I hold nothing against you for concealing such vital information from me.
I didn't conceal any...
Now, if you may grant me silence, I must unpack.
I sighed again and returned to my book, resigning to bear with this obnoxious roommate for the entire year. My opinion of him hasn't changed much since then. He's still egotistical, oblivious, and mildly insane, but he always means well, even in the oddest of ways. Despite my frequent criticisms of him, his stupid actions actually cheer me up. Now that he seems to be struggling with something, I want to repay the favor. Strangely enough, Yahiko doesn't give me a single glance all throughout class. In fact, he's completely silent, speaking only when the teacher calls on him, and his answers are correct. It's enough to startle the entire class. On any other day, they'd probably gossip about it. Today, though, there's obviously more important things to discuss. Classes proceed as usual, but no one seems to be paying attention. Even the teachers are out of it. Lectures are barely coherent. When lunch break arrives, I'm ready to speak with Yahiko, but a sudden, cold voice interrupts me. And we'll have to see who's saying hey you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Things are getting interesting. Hey, thanks for watching, and if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and ring the bell icon for notifications. If you enjoyed this video, give us a like, and feel free to check out some of our other gaming videos, our weekly podcast Anime Yay or Nay, or our parody series Madoka Magically Abridged. See you next time!